I want to show the linkage peg here specifically because there's one piece of information that seems to be missing. A lot of kids ask me about, and I just wanted to point out that it is still doable to make this part. You just have to do a little bit of creative problem solving here. So this is no different than the hitch peg, except the fact that they only give you the surface radius, which is, again, if you look at it from the side, and this looks like a dome, and then the peg itself, you're given that radius across the top there. What you're not given is the diameter, as if you were to look straight down on the part. So if you look straight down on the part, this diameter is no longer given, and the problem with that is you're not able to calculate the distance of this horizontal piece right here. Again, it's not impossible. You just have to get creative with your problem solving. So we are going to use revolve, and we are going to use the same method as the hitch peg, where we start right here in the center, 0, 0. We're going to go over, which is the radius of the peg. Again, this is our diameter, so we have to cut that in half. We're going to go over the radius. We're going to go up this distance, which again is given right here. And from there, let's talk about the rest of it. So again, we'll get a new part, and we'll start our sketch. And that diameter was 0.0625, and the diameter is twice what we need, so we're going to divide by 2, and we get a very small number, but 0.0625, yep, divided by 2. We've gone horizontal, we need to go up 0.25 inches. So again, make sure that's perfectly horizontal, and 0.25 inches. I hope that was right. Yep, 0.25. We can't really, again, we can't go out horizontally anymore because we don't know how long, since we don't know this diameter. So instead, here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw our y-axis line, our center mark right here. The distance being 0.325. So we're going to go with a new command, new line, and we're going straight up 0.325. Alright. Now here's the cool part about engineering, is you can get creative to solve this. And here's what I mean. We know that this arc with a radius of 0.1562, as you look from the side, we know that that arc starts at the very top, and then it works this way, left and right equally. So if we know that we start at the top, we then know that the center of the arc, the center point, would be somewhere down here along this y-axis. Well, how far down is it from the top? Well, it's exactly the radius given here. So there's nothing stopping us from drawing the center point, 0.1562 inches, from the top of that line we just drew that was 0.325 inches tall. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the top of this line right here, and I'm going to start a new line that's going to locate the center of my arc. And again, I said the surface radius, 0.1562, and we hit enter, and I now have this center point for an arc. So what I'm going to recommend you do is actually create a circle. Watch carefully. We're going to come down here to where we just ended the center point of our arc, and I'm going to create a full circle. Alright, I'm going to snap that to the top of that line, and notice that what we've got going on now is, keep going too far in. Notice that we have our center mark all the way up to the top, and then we now have that surface radius of 0.1562. We have more than we need though. We have the full circle, so we need to cut that circle off at this line right here. Here's our original 0.25 inch tall line. So we can start a line here, and take a look. This distance here, we just drew a circle that extends past that. So what we can do is we can draw a line out that intersects our circle, and then we then have our enclosed sketch for the peg. So again, we have this 0.25 inch line, and we're going to extend it out until we hit our circle. We're going to hit OK, And notice then, if we trim, hit trim here, we can trim off all the rest of this circle, right? We don't need any of that. What we need is just this enclosed little loop here. Our circle should be nice and flat. Again, it should be tangent at the top. So let's try it out. Finish sketch. R, again on the keyboard, is revolve. It already picked up our loop, so it highlighted it in blue. So all we need to do is select this line here as our axis. And we should be good. It's got a full rotation. Hit OK. And again, you really want to look carefully to make sure that that does not dimple in at the top, and that it also doesn't come out to a point. So from a front view, it should look nice and smooth, like a nice arc. At an isometric view, you shouldn't see any shadowing at the top, giving you a dimple or a sharp point. But other than that, that is your what is this one called? Linkage peg. So that's how you do it without being given the diameter from the side here. Is you just get a little bit creative. So that is the linkage peg.